Hello,
Hello, good afternoon. How
good
are you?
afternoon, sir.
How are you,
I'm
Raj?
fine. Thank you for asking. And how about you?
I am good. I'm good. My name is Howard and I'm from Uttarakhand and I will be taking this session for you. Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
So
And
Raj, where are you from?
I would like to ask if I pronounce your name correctly. It is Howard Grundy.
Right, Howard Grundy.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, so Raj, where are you from?
I'm from Patna, and I'm a private tutor. Uh, teach,
Okay, you're a private tutor.
yeah. So
Okay.
teach
And
classes up to 10th. Yeah.
okay. And which
Sorry.
subject?
Maths and English up to 10th,
Oh wow.
and accounts at +2.
Okay, so these are three different subjects at three different levels, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you seem to be a very intelligent person.
Uh, my
Okay, so
academics have been an average, but it's like when I was preparing for job, side by side I was teaching, and then I found an interest in this. The other side I could not do much, so I thought let make it big, and that's why I'm trying to focus more on English so that if I can speak fluently as well, so I can add a spoken English in my horizon as well. So like the different subjects if I teach, because it is a private tutor,
okay,
so
great, wonderful.
I
Okay,
would be able to make a living, and of course would be able to help others as
right. And haven't you ever thought of doing a job?
well. That's what I said, that I have been trying for government jobs, but I couldn't clear it. So
Okay,
side by side when I was teaching, so I thought that this is something that interests me, and I can get satisfaction as well in this. So why not
oh,
make it big? So I'm trying on that part right now.
right. So are you still preparing for a government job or are you now totally concentrating on your tuitions?
I'm concentrating on tuitions one.
Okay, great. It has a lot of scope there also. There is a lot of scope in tuitions also.
Yeah, of
Right.
course.
And even in spoken English, what you have thought is pretty good. Spoken English also has a lot of scope,
Yeah.
right? Especially now, especially these days, most of the
Yes, yes.
people are wanting to learn spoken English, right? So
Right.
that's a
Right.
very good thought, and I wish you all the best, right?
Thank
So
you.
you're welcome. So how has your journey been so far with Clapingo? How long have you been with Clapingo?
It's been 5.5 months, and it's been pretty good, because
Okay.
earlier when I had started, I was a bit nervous. I used to feel nervous a lot while talking, whether I would be able to express myself or not. So that nervousness has gone, but I think there is a long way to go because of other things. Maybe the most, I mean, all the tutors, the suggestions that I have got the most number of times, I need to work on my tone, my intonation. That is missing, and that is the important aspect of speaking English profession.
Absolutely. Every language has its own, like every song has its own melody. Exactly the
Yeah,
same way every language has its own melody, right?
of
So
course.
when we are
Yeah,
speaking, it has a totally different melody to it. It has a totally different sound to it. So when we are
right,
speaking,
right,
keep that in mind.
right.
Right. Okay. Anyway, did you go through your session notes for today?
Uh, yeah, it's about boredom.
Yes, it's all about boredom.
Yeah,
Okay. Right. These days, people feel more bored, right? Rather than what they used to feel, I would say 10 to 20 years back. These days, people get restless sooner, right?
yeah, of course, of course. And if
Right.
I talk about myself,
Mm-hmm.
many people consider me bored as well. And I mean, since I have been grown up in that way, like I used to be reserved, and I hardly enjoy talking with others.
Okay.
I don't know why, but I don't enjoy it in that way. But of course, when it comes to certain parts of enjoyment, when I'm familiar with someone, I feel
Right.
like I'm a bit good, but when it comes to talk to strangers and all, and sometimes even when I am with friends, they are enjoying on a different level, and I feel that I'm unable to connect with them. So I think maybe somehow they are right, and I need to. I mean, if it is about uh, conversation and interaction, I need to work on that so that if I'm talking, the person listening to me should be interested in whatever the conversation is going on and should not think that, okay, this person is really boring. So I'm working
Absolutely.
on that. And of course, like you said, that the earlier 10 years or 20 years back, so the one thing that I think earlier people used to enjoy their life more.
Right.
Nowadays, they all are busy in just like making money, and whole time they are busy and they are intense. So whenever they come back, they are unable to enjoy their normal life. So the work-life balance is not that good, and that is the reason behind the boredom, and sometimes that goes into the destitution as well. Like people are so much. Uh, I'm I'm unable to collect the right word. Like
What do you want to say? People are so busy with their
I
lives.
no, not is like so much stressed, and they
No.
maybe they need some psychologist or something, but
Anxious,
there,
stressed.
yeah, but they
You're
don't
right.
even feel. I mean, they don't even think about going to psychologist. It's also like a mind game in our society that if you are consulting a psychologist, you are not good or something. I mean, we do
Right.
not pay that much attention on mental health.
Absolutely. And in our society, it's almost taboo to go to a psychiatrist or a psychologist, right? People think
Yeah,
that you're crazy.
psychiatrist. I mean, I was trying to say psychiatrist.
Okay. 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 Great. Wonderful. So, what do you do when you get bored?
I listen to songs. I'm pretty much interested in music. So, like sometimes if I'm bored, I would listen to Rafi Saab and Kishorda, the old songs, and from there, like move on to the romantic songs of them, and like I feel okay, it's good now. I'm better.
Okay, wonderful. That's so nice. So, but do you have any special person or someone or a friend or a family member who you go to when you get bored?
Oh no, no one is like that. No.
You just listen to music and that's it.
Yeah.
Okay, wonderful. Okay, so do you get bored easily when you're inactive?
Yeah, of course. Sometimes bored, sometimes stressed. Maybe if I like I was trying to say about myself. So I was a bit pessimist, and right now I'm trying to change that. But I was a bit pessimist and thinking about the society, going through those negative news. I was unable to concentrate on myself after reading all those. It was not possible for me to concentrate on anything.
Okay,
It was really tough to detach myself. But
yeah,
then
continue.
slowly
Your
I
video
thought
seems
that
to have.
like yeah,
Mm,
is it okay now?
yeah, it's okay. I can hear you.
Yeah. So I mean that's what I was saying, that if I'm unable to do anything, this is useless to think about. So it's better to detach and then focus on my present, try to do something valuable so that I could do something for
Oh,
myself. And if I can do more than that, then I would be in a position to help others as well. So if I look forward to that, that is good. So all these things are there, which makes me feel better in these days. And one more thing I would like to add, that when I
yeah,
used to think like this, two or three things that I used to do. Like I said, I try to listen to music. Apart
right.
from that, I try to think about those who are in worse condition than us, all the like poor and destitute, all the persons who are devoid of even the basic facilities in their life. So I try to start thanking me, or like my relatives, my parents, that because of whom I have got all these opportunities, that yes, I should be thankful to the opportunities that I have got, and I should make most of it so that I could be valuable asset not only to me and my family but also to society. So whenever I start thinking this way, like
Right.
all those things fades away.
Okay. Excellent, excellent. That's wonderful thinking, and that's what generally people think about when they are in solitude, when they're getting bored, and probably people just sit down and think about all these things, right?
Right, right.
Okay, right, wonderful. Okay, so why do you think that people, let's say 10 years down the line, or 10 years back, right, or 20 years back, people did not have, did not get, they lived a better life and they were not so bored. However, nowadays, if you see, people are generally always bored. If they are not doing something or the other, they're always bored. So why do you think that change has come about in society?
Uh, One thing I would like to say about the current lifestyle, this is the advent of all these technologies.
Right,
Today, we have, I mean, reserved ourselves so much so that even if we are in a family get together or something, we are busy on our phone. So this is the
right.
one thing that we have cut ourselves off from all these people around us. We are more focused on ourselves and we are busy
Mhm.
on that way. So if we have nothing to do, we get bored. Certain this kind of lifestyle that has changed and that has made us live like this. And this is of course the reason, because earlier people used to enjoy their life, their work life, and then whenever they used to come back, they used to enjoy with their family as well. So all this phenomena is slowly fading away. So that is the reason, I think.
Right, right. That's wonderful. That's pretty good thinking. Once again, deep thinking there, right? That I would say that's
Right, right.
wonderful. You spoke really. Okay,
Thanks.
Raj, you need to open your mouth a bit, right? When
Okay,
you're speaking, try to articulate properly, right? Like, for
okay.
example, when you said advent, right? Ever since
Yeah,
the advent of mobile phones, it's because you did not open your mouth properly. So inevitably, the word came out as advent.
okay,
If I don't open my mouth when I say advent, right? So I will not be able to pronounce it properly,
okay. Yeah,
right? If I
right.
close my mouth and say advent, so it will actually be pronounced as advent, right?
Yeah, right,
So
right,
English is a
right.
language. So you must understand that I always tell my students this, that English is a language where you really need to open your mouth and speak. Your mouth really
Yeah,
gets
of
a lot
course,
of
of course.
right.
Right.
Okay. And you also need to start being more expressive.
Yeah, of
Okay.
course, of course.
Yeah.
Right,
And a very good way of being expressive, generally why we are not expressive is because we think that what the other person is thinking, right? We are not relaxed, we are not comfortable.
right,
So
right,
that's why we can't express ourselves, right?
right.
So what I would like you to do is that now when we talk, right, whatever you are saying, whether it is when it is a serious stuff, then don't smile. Otherwise, keep a smile on your face. So automatically you will start
Right,
relaxing. You'll see. Okay.
right, right.
That's
Yeah,
what we also do. We just keep smiling and automatically we start relaxing, no matter
right,
whoever,
right,
no matter who is there in
right,
front of us. Okay.
right, right.
Okay. Great. So, do you think that boredom could actually lead to, let's say, great discoveries or wonderful ideas?
Uh, it depends upon the skill of the person. It's like
Okay.
someone, if someone is really creative and he or she is bored, of course they can think of something else which and come with some ideas which can be really helpful for the society and the world as well.
Right.
So it depends upon the person and their skill.
Right.
In that
Excellent.
way, I would agree, of course.
Okay. So, if you see these days, people are more focused on themselves, right?
Right.
you said. Now, is it a good thing to be focused on yourself, or is it not? Is it a good thing to be focused on yourself and to be working on yourself, on self-improvement, and rather than looking at society? Or is it better that we should just live for society?
Uh, this is a tricky one, but
Right.
when it comes, when it comes to ourselves, of course, we cannot do anything for society unless we are good enough for ourselves. So working on
Mm-hmm.
ourselves is always better. But being selfish is something different. So if someone is selfish, it is not good. But if someone is concerned about himself, that how can he improve and all those things, of course, it is the most important thing. And everyone should be like this. That looking for the growth and how can he make himself better person? How can he make himself or herself reach a higher position or a higher scale in their life? So if someone is
Okay.
focused on that way, it is always good. But once you reach something, of course, you have to look for society as well.
Absolutely right. Absolutely right.
Yeah.
Okay, wonderful. That was out of the box. Sorry, I went off topic. Actually,
No.
you talked
So
about people being
it's
so
like,
focused on themselves that I couldn't help asking this question.
but
Okay.
it was nice one because it feels, it instills some confidence in me that if something is out of box, how am I able to answer that?
Right.
That sort of a spontaneity, if I have any or not.
Right. And we should have that kind of spontaneity. We are actually learning the language.
Yeah.
So we should be able to answer any kind of question, not just questions
Right.
pertaining to the topic we're talking about, right?
Right. Right. Right.
Very, very good. Okay, so let's get back to the topic once again, right?
Yeah.
What is the one thing that you can actually keep doing without getting bored?
Uh, like if I mean, I can only think about cricket and music. These are the two things
Oh
that
wow.
I can keep on doing. I can keep on playing for whole day. I can keep on listening to songs all day. But recently, like when I started reading, this is something, a new habit of mine, that once I
Okay.
pick a book and if it interests me, I can keep on reading. So like last 7 or 8 books which I have finished, out of them 3 or 4 books I have finished in just 2 days, and they were
Oh wow.
all almost 250 pages books.
Mhm.
So these three things I would say.
Okay, so what kind of books are you reading these days?
It's all about self improvement generally. Like if
Oh.
I can mention the name, uh,
Hmm.
The Leader Without No Title by Robin Sharma, and
Right.
Man's Search for Meaning by Viktor A. Frankl, and
Hmm.
Deep Work. All these books are there, and I have read some fiction as well, fiction as
Fiction.
well. Yeah, and like
Right.
one of the fiction is written by one of the tutors I met on Clapingo on. So she is
Oh wow.
Swati Mishra, and she is,
Right.
when she wrote that book, she was just 19. So
My God,
that,
that young.
yeah, yes, yes.
Okay.
So that
Great.
was the reason
That's
that I picked that book. That
uh,
okay, I have to read this,
okay.
and I
Some
enjoyed it.
people are really talented and they can do things at a very young age also, right?
Right, right.
Okay, great, wonderful. Wow, that's so nice. What is the name of the book? Even I'll probably download it or
Uh,
something like that.
tomorrow is no good.
Tomorrow is no good. Okay,
Yeah,
so probably I'll read it in the next few days because even I love reading, right?
yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So, what is your favorite food that you can never get bored of?
Uh, I mean, there are many. I when I eat, it's like uh, nothing. Nothing is there that I do not like to eat. I generally like to eat everything. But if I
Okay.
can say that, I mean, if I have to eat any out of that for regularly, of course I will get bored. But if I get
Mhm.
it every day for just one time, it's like if I
Right.
not three times, but if one time I can, I mean, I would be pretty good with that.
Okay. Great. So, how important do you think are fooding habits for us?
It is really important, but like the way I have grown up, I don't think, I mean, I focus more on that, especially if it comes to like diet part, that what should we eat and not. It's like whatever I'm able to digest, let's eat it, whether it is oily or not, or I don't care that much.
Okay. Really is bothered about that.
Yeah,
Okay, that's really wonderful.
yeah,
Okay, Lindsay, if you see, people like you have taken up so many books and you have started reading, right? But nowadays,
right.
people are not very much in touch with books, right? They do not read. So, according to you,
Yes, right.
how important is it to read on a daily basis, and how important is it to improve ourselves on a daily basis?
I think it is really important, and we have been talking about this only for this much time, that self
Right,
improvement and all. So reading
right,
plays important role, and I sometimes I feel that I should have a knack for reading maybe 10 years or 15 years ago. I have just started, and it's just 5 or 6 months maybe. So I feel
right.
bad for myself that why I didn't get these things earlier. But of course, when it comes to suggest, I would definitely suggest those who are not much focused on reading that you should always read. If nothing more, at least read editorial of newspaper. That would be good
Right.
enough.
Okay. Okay. So, what are some of the benefits of reading, according to you?
Uh, Reading, first thing that we get to know our society. If we talk about the news, reading newspaper, we are about to get the all sorts of information, the knowledge that is happening around us. And if we are reading some literature or something like that, it always helps us improve our understanding, our
Okay.
perception, and like
Hmm.
we get we improve in that way. And if I talk about the English books, and for the beginners who are working on its English, it helps in understanding and the vocabulary as well. So all these things are there.
Okay. Great. Very good. Okay. I'm going out of the box again. I'm just asking random questions. Okay. So just be ready. Okay.
Yeah, of course, of course. Yeah,
So you when you get bored, you listen to music, right?
right.
Okay. So,
Yeah.
is music a really integral part of our life, or have we made it an important part of our life?
Uh, like the society I have grown up, and I think we make, like I have seen so many people around us who is not interested at all, and if, it hardly matters to them.
Okay.
So if we are inclined towards music, it is us that we make music integral part of our life. But in general as well, of course, like if we skip music or if we remove music from our society, it will be very boredom. I mean
Boring.
monotonous, boring and
Monotonous.
monotonous, of course. So I
Okay.
think in that sense, music is integral part of our life for sure. Like no matter what kind of person there are in our society, whether they
Mm-hmm.
are interested in music or not, but there are some sorts of music that they cannot avoid listening to. When it comes to like
Right.
devotional music, all those people are very much into that. They listen and enjoy it. Whenever we celebrate some kind of puja or something, those music are played and they give that touch. the divine touch and give peace to our mind as well. And even there are certain kinds of music that is especially made for some marriage ceremony purpose. So
Right.
during those wedding ceremony, those musics are played, and without those music, the ceremony is incomplete. So in that way, I would
Right.
say that it is integral part of our life.
Very good, very good. And according to you, can music be used as a therapeutic medicine? And if so, if yes, how and why?
Uh, I think I have listened about it that it has been used. I mean, some songs of maybe Kumar Sanu and Lata Mangeshkar has had been used like that purpose in that way. But I mean, I would not be able to elaborate on it that how and why it worked that way. Maybe
Oh,
it's all, yeah.
right, right. Okay, wonderful. It's so wonderful to hear. Yeah. Okay, so Raj, what are your hobbies basically?
Playing cricket, listening to music, and
Uh,
like the new hobby that I have built up, reading books.
okay, so how important do you think hobbies are in our lives? There are many people who don't have hobbies. So do you have any suggestions for them, or do you have any advice for them?
It's like a hobby is really important because whenever we are doing nothing, we tend to get bored and all. And coming out of that boredom, we need some kind of hobby. It refreshes us and it helps us to be calm, cool, and enjoying our life. And unless we enjoy, we this life will become, I mean, boring for sure. So we need
And
that.
as you said, monotonous, right?
Yeah, right.
Okay, great. Raj, let me give you a quick feedback before the session comes to an end. All right.
Yeah.
What I personally feel is that you spoke really well today, and it was really heartening to listen to you speaking. And I was trying my best to listen hard to pick out any mistake or in grammar or any other thing, but I could not pick out any mistake in grammar. So grammatically, you're pretty sound, right?
Thank you.
The only improvement that I would say, and as I said earlier also, and as other tutors have also told you, you need to be more expressive.
Yeah, right.
You need to be more expressive, and sometimes because there is a lack of opening of the mouth, you do not open the mouth too
Okay.
much, right? So
Okay.
because
Okay.
of that, there is pronunciation error. So you will need to practice English once again, right? You will need to practice opening your mouth and speaking, because English is a language where you need to open your mouth. It's not like
Okay.
Hindi.
Yeah.
In Hindi,
So
if you don't open your mouth, right.
this is the suggestion I was looking for. I mean, I was trying to think that why I'm unable to get that intonation right in my
Right.
speaking part. Like sometimes there are certain words which if pronounced individually, it comes well, but while conversation, I
Right.
tend to do the same mistake. So
Absolutely.
thank you.
So my suggestion would be, when you are speaking, smile. One,
Yeah.
the first